The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interruption. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod.
I see. And so...
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis.
What's this Hive Mother? A great...
I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous... Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert. But recently, we haven't received any reports of a gray space entity intrusion, which it's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question, Director Ava, did Rubilia say anything more detailed in regard to Innis?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctor's...
I can hear you.
Rubilia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head. Whatever I see, whatever I hear,
She can sense your surroundings somehow?
any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do any right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Innis artifact.
What is this artifact under the sea?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me. And
Release her?
the Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power,
A cage of black stone?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect...
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them. And some kind of rapport.
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal. Her
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to... Innis, you have to stop her.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may... I will inform Hykros headquarters of what has transpired here.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson.
Yes, we'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her.
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we...
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innis.
And as for Rubilia...
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go.
Sorry for delaying your important mission, Lynn. Is the space rift out of action? It seems so. Strange. It was working just fine.
And why could that be?
Well, we're running diagnostics to see if the machine is malfunctioning. Yes? Hello? Did you manage to get in touch with the technician in Inners? Oh, bad news. Something's happened to Outpost 10.
And where is Outpost 10?
In the ring-shaped river valley not too far away. Outpost 10 is responsible for servicing our telecommunications and Space Rift networks with it. I don't think it's a coincidence. I suspect the outpost may well have already come under Grace.
Okay, understood.
Hear the news? Something's happened to Outpost 10.
Don't tell me you're coming too.
Of course I am. Archon Larson is quite concerned.
Any news?
I've been trying to make contact with the outpost for a while, but there's...
Could it just be a problem with the outpost's community?
If it was just an equipment malfunction, the outpost would have already gotten someone to... But if the place had indeed come under Gray Space Entity's attack, the executor there would have notified headquarters right away.
Unless what?
Unless the outpost's defenders were taken out so quickly.
But no ordinary Gray Space entity is capable of taking out an entire outpost's executor team, and Tianlong, which executor is currently on duty there?
I think her name is... Umi? Relative...
Let's go. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Stay sharp, everybody. I'm detecting Gray Space Entity activity nearby.
So the outpost really was attacked.
Annihilation.
District 7X.
So you're
Yes, Officer Lin.
Just call me Lynn. What happened?
I've just returned myself. I was ordered to hunt down several gray space entities on.
Proper procedure requires that you immediately relay news of the attack on the outpost to headquarters.
I'm sorry, madam.
And what of your colleagues at the outpost?
I don't know.
I'm detecting faint signs of life in one of the lower areas, as
The outpost should have a built-in safe house for emergencies.
Right! The safe house is located. What?
The Hatcher is a special kind of gray space entity only recently discovered. Strange to find them here.
Look! The missing personnel!
Stop looking around. Get rid of the enemies first.
Defense is inadequate. Demolition. Destruction. Decimation. Annihilation. I was careless. Demolition. Defense is inadequate. Decimation.
I performed a thorough check. They appear to have simply passed out.
They just passed out? Why would the gray space entities leave survivors?
It may be a characteristic unique to Hatchers.
I've never seen one before, so...
Notify headquarters of what's happened, Tianlong. Ask them to send a crew at once to pick up the injured.
There are no more stable gray space entities. Miss Shirley, you can detect gray space entities? I've asked Shelley to make a few upgrades to my powers. Incredible.
Enough chit-chat. We've got a mission to do. Umi, do you think that the outpost's equipment is still in good working order?
I'll have a look now.
Let's also try to collect any clues we can nearby. We may have eliminated all the gray space entities within the outpost.
Oh no, I wasn't able to restart the system.
Why?
The signal base station we used to connect to Ines is malfunctioning.
Signal base station. Weren't they built in the miasmic swamp ahead?
Meroria always set up important field equipment like that with defensive force fields. Nope, what concerns me more is that the base station came under attack at the same time as this outpost.
Do you really think the gray space entities could... I mean, aren't they basically just wild animals running on instinct?
Umi, do you really think they are simply wild animals without reason?
What do I think?
Tianlong, what's the word?
They've sent a team to take over the site. Archon Larson wants us to go ahead and look into the anomalous base station in the miasmic swamp.
In that case, can I volunteer to protect the outpost until they arrive?
No, you're coming with us. You know much more about what to expect in the miasmic swamp. We've already eliminated the local gray space entities, and
in that case, I'll lead the way.
Decimation.
Here we are. It should...
Very dense underbrush.
That is true to an extent, yes. A lot of it.
I wonder why Meroria never had the idea of setting up a settlement here.
By heaven, I didn't mean one for humans. Notice
An airborne toxin?
they once established an ecology research station here during the surface recolonization era. The place was home to quite a number of species human scientists had improved through genetic engineering. Most of the species quickly adapted, and indeed soon evolved into something approximating a fairly holistic ecosystem. Rainfall and high humidity disperse a lot more of the toxin into the air.
Can I ask you how you came to know the history of the area?
Oh, I just heard it in passing from some friends who had been stationed here.
Let's chat about this later. Right now, Umi, we need...
Right. There are 3 signal base stations here. Come with me. Alert! Gray space entities ahead!
Not at all surprised, to be honest.
Destruction.
Do you often see gray space entity activity around here?
We might come across a few wandering gray space entities from time to time.
These are the least of my worries.
Oh. There's not going to be some big, powerful monster watching us from the shadows, is there?
Whatever the danger is, that's why we're here.
Officer Lin, I suggest we split up for the next section.
Is that so?
The 3 base stations are located in different parts of the miasmic swamp. Going one by one will take a long time.
But we're not familiar with the terrain here. It could be dangerous if we don't stick together.
True, but we don't have the luxury of time. Right now,
All right. It makes sense to work quickly.
Then I'll provide everyone with a map of the area. There you go.
Umi, how do you think we should split up?
Eh? Me?
You're the local expert.
I would say... Base stations 1 and 3 are near our present location. Base station 2 is the furthest. So as the local expert, I think I can lead Shirley and the Executor to tackle that one.
Oh, hey, I don't think that would be very smart.
Oh? Why is that?
Mainly because I'm not...
Shirley and I will handle base station 1. Umi, you take the Executor and Tian Long to base station 3. Then, if everything...
And what if we run into trouble?
You should be able to handle yourself, right?
Well, when you put it like that... Let's go. Umi, have you seen anything like this before?
Wow, cool flowers!
Cool flowers? We're in luck today. We're asking for trouble.
How do you know these flowers are being
The Abyssin is close. I can feel it.
Huh?
Careful not to touch those things.
Safe. At last. gray space entities managed to get in here after all.
It's going to be pretty hard for just the three of us to fix damage this extensive.
Oh no! Darned abyssins!
Abyssins? No. But these force field generators can only be controlled from a console at Outpost 10.
Tianlong, you mean someone working in the outpost?
A working hypothesis. I sincerely doubt Grace be-
No.
Well, I suppose we can't say anything for sure at this stage. Let's keep going. Whatever you do, don't come into contact with the threads around us. It's a trap.
Decimation. Annihilation.
Are you alright?
I'm alright. What?
Umi? Maybe she's hiding somewhere.
Hiding? But we've eliminated.
She may not necessarily be hiding from our enemies.
What do you mean?
You haven't noticed that our new friend Umi...
Strange.
So you've also noticed something as slight...
She may just be an executor in training, but even so, she would have already undergone rigorous preparation. Failing to immediately report an attack on her outpost and leaving it on her own accord is Also, when Lin asked about survivors, Umi should have immediately suggested to check the safe house.
Exactly. She's been lying to us. At first, I thought that she was just in shock. But it was very curious to me that she checked the outpost's comms network when Lin asked her to. Executors are responsible for protecting others. They aren't trained in how to operate an outpost's comms equipment. She must have stolen access keys from those unconscious technicians. What I wonder is, how she... Of course, it's possible that she didn't really check the systems like Lin asked. But I think...
Do you think Miss Lin also noticed that something was off?
It's safe to say, yes. Lynn is very careful.
Hey, what about Umi? Shouldn't we try to find her?
Don't worry. She will find us when she wants to.
Huh? But won't...
I've made my fair share of visits to this plant collector's paradise.
Oh? I thought you said you didn't have a good head for direct...
I was just playing along with Umi. Come on, don't fall behind. No signs of Lynn or Shirley yet? Seems we're the first to arrive.
Or perhaps they ran into trouble.
If that's so, I think they should be able to handle it. It's a shame the equipment here isn't in better condition.
If we can't fix the base stations for several days...
Without a space rift, the only way to get there would be the deep-sea tunnels.
Deep-sea tunnels?
Yes, a primitive accessway established during the founding of the second city for the transportation of materials, equipment, and personnel. There's an entrance to the tunnels quite close to here. Just over there.
Is that... Umi?
Let's go and see what's happening over there.
Miss Lynn?
Miss Lynn, help me!
Really, very careless. The game is up. You can't lie to us anymore.
When did you figure it out?
Almost right away. You're a poor actress.
You're all done for.
She's unconscious, but alive.
Just like the other members of the outpost?
Yes. That gray space entity didn't kill them.
These parasitic gray space entities represent a whole new threat to humanity. They're clearly—
What should we do about this muddy one? Eliminate it? Or bring it—
We'll bring it back. It's an extremely valuable specimen.
I'd rather...
What about Umi? The gray space
I think that she should be alright.
Ow. Where... Umi? You're awake. Huh? Who are... Officer Lin! District 7 Executor in Training Umi reporting!
Just call me Lin.
The last thing I remember is...
Training?
No, I was on patrol.
So, she doesn't... Actually, a gray space entity had taken control of your body.
Huh?
There's no need to intimidate her. She's just as much a victim of the gray space entities as any other members of the outpost.
Huh? But what about this mess here?
Headquarters can send someone and fix up the outpost. In terms of the tunnels, they haven't been used for quite some time. It's...
Alright then, as you say.
You've brought back a very valuable specimen, a new kind of parasitic gray space entity we've never seen.
Apart from Umi herself, I think it's likely other members of Outpost 10 also fell under the gray space entity's control.
Okay, I'll arrange it. But unfortunately, our current technology has no way of identifying if someone was under
Parasites can hide themselves well within their host. When Umi was parasitized, I couldn't detect any gray space entity signals inside her body.
Perhaps we can have Dr. Rubilia take a look at them.
Right. Rubilia might be able to identify controlled individuals quickly. My main concern is that there may be more insidious, longer-term parasitic effects at play.
I understand. I'm sure that Umi and her colleagues are not the first humans to come under parasitic control. Archon Larson has already ordered an urgent investigation into this new species of gray space entity. You can leave those questions with us, Lin. Archon—
He wants us to go to Innis through the tunnels?
Yes. Right now, whatever is happening to Innis is our highest priority. Since the miasmic swamp base stations are out of action for the time being, but the tunnel network is a real labyrinth. And we can't discount the possibility of gray space entities or other dangerous creatures lurking within.
I can guide you. Greetings. I'm Icarus. Operation codename? Mook.
Mr. Icarus.
Lyra? Lin?
Icarus, you're back?
Yes. Archon Elric asked me to assist as soon as he heard of the issues surrounding Vera. And you are the Executor and Miss Shirley, correct?
Mook? You're the leader of the Mook squad?
Yes.
Icarus and his squad had been posted to Innis for quite some time, so you've never had the opportunity to meet until now.
And I'm afraid I'd be stuck in an S2 if I hadn't been ordered back to District 9.
You don't seem too worried about Innis' situation.
Shiro had detected an anomalous change in the ocean environment several days ago, so we'd asked Archon Fiona to make preparations before this incident developed. I'm confident that Innes will remain safe, even if they've lost contact with Meroria for now.
Icarus, you were just saying you could guide us? So exactly how familiar are you with the tunnels?
Archon Fiona once showed me the blueprints of the entire tunnel network, and I also carried out a few simple exploration missions there in the past.
All right then. I'll leave re-establishing contact with Innis to you, Lin, the Executor, and Shirley.
Okay. Then we should go as soon as we're ready.